We've worn black shirts
Bro, look at my closet.
every
That's
time
all
so
I
far.
got.
Me too.
That's all I got.
I have plain colored shirts. This is like one of the only graphic shirts I have. Dennis Rodman.
This is actually
This guy right here.
This is your shirt.
We need
I'm not even kidding. This is your
the
shirt.
Primark one. Yeah.
Yep. Love it.
We need
Thanks.
we need a podcast specifically about. Whoa, that was hard. That was hard English. Specifically, Pacific Ocean
Yeah.
about Dennis Rodman because that motherfucker.
That motherfucker's crazy.
This motherfucker's the only guy to be friends with King Jong Un.
Kim Jong-un. All right, let me know when we're starting.
Okay, you're live on Two Dudes and Three Legs.
Let's go. Episode 2.
All right, hold up. Do you want to start and like say?
We already started. Welcome to episode 2, baby.
Okay.
What do you got for us today, Zach?
All right. Well, we're at episode 2, and we are going to talk about some controversial shit today, which New York City and New York being the New Yorkistan of United States.
New Yorkistan.
The first supervised drug injection site.
City sanctioned injection sites
So-
where you can legally go and inject heroin safely.
Well, I think it's other drugs, isn't it? I don't think it's
I
just
think they're
heroin.
going to introduce that. I heard something about them legalizing like smoking drugs as well,
Yeah.
which
So
includes a lot of other stuff.
there are 2 sites officially opened up. One in East Harlem and one in Washington Heights, and they give you guys the definition or the thing they have online is they provide clean needles, administrated. It's Narcan. I don't even know what the fuck the word is, but it means
Narcan.
administrated Narcan to reverse overdoses, basically to save someone's life if they overdose.
Yep.
And then provide users with options for addiction treatment. So really, it's to shoot up clean, and then if you do overdose, they use Narcan on you, and then if not, they, I guess, try to provide you with options to be treated and to obviously stop addiction.
Yeah. All on the basis of saving lives, which is
so-
hard to argue against. But
Yeah, you saw the stats and stuff.
yeah, I mean,
mean,
they're all
listen.
still pretty fresh.
More than so, I don't remember if the exact number, but no deaths have been reported in any of them, and so there is about 100 of them opened up around the world. In Europe, they're in Canada, they're in, let me see, where exactly do they have them? Canada, Australia, and Europe. So they have them kind of all over the place already. These are just the first in America, but
I don't
they've
think
had
in
them
America, but in New York.
No, there's none in America. This is the first in America.
I don't
That's
know
why
if
it's such a
that's
big
true
deal.
or not.
Yes, it is, bro. That's why it's such a big deal. It's the first injection site in America.
We'll check. I'll check.
I already
I'm
did
gonna
check.
fact check that one.
You could fact check that one.
But from what
But
I heard,
there's
as
100
soon as they
injection sites,
open,
and none of them have ever had an overdose. No one's ever died.
yeah, I mean, if you have medical staff sitting there waiting and
Yeah.
assisting you, it's going to be pretty hard to kill yourself.
Yeah.
I just wonder, from what I heard there, I'm curious as to if they're checking the drugs or not, right?
Yeah, actually, I didn't even see that. I don't know.
I
if
couldn't
they're-
find anything about that. And if they are, that's one thing that I think is good about it. But it's just kind of strange, man. It's all really weird. It's like incentivizing drug use.
That's the thing. Like,
which is what I
listen,
don't like about it.
when you first hear it, it's like, what the fuck? Why? Well, like, why on earth would we do that? But if you actually look into it and you really read the statistics and what they write, now both of the things I found were on New York Post and CNN and websites like that were very left and democratic thinking. But even besides that, I mean, there really is no statistic that shows that it all it does is really help save lives. Like, there's more than 2,000 people died of drug overdose last year
2020, yeah.
in 2020.
Which was like the highest number ever. And that's just in New York.
Yeah, and that's because
I believe
obviously
that's just in
because of COVID and
Manhattan.
shit. Yeah, I don't think that was Manhattan. I think that's all New York City was 2,000.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, New York City. But
but-
still, that's a lot of people. So if you're going off of that, it sounds like a great idea. You're saving lives.
It says every 4 hours someone dies in New York City of drug overdose.
It's crazy.
Every 4 hours.
It's crazy.
So
You guys see the cop who was exposed to fentanyl on a crime scene and just by touch,
Died.
maybe fumes,
Yeah.
OD'd, fell on the ground, fell the fuck out, OD'd multiple times, Narcan. Crazy.
Holy shit.
That's
Didn't he
how
die?
potent fentanyl is now.
Oh no, okay.
He died. This was recent.
Yeah.
I
didn't
heard
even
about
see
that.
that.
I read about that. Yeah.
I didn't
It's
see
just
that.
like the high potency of fentanyl, and now you can actually just assume that any dose of
Heroin.
heroin has fentanyl in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's getting to become common, you're saying, in heroin.
It's all they can get.
Supply chain's fucking up the heroin, too.
Yeah.
Goddamn.
Well, oh man, if only our heroin dealers were a little more trustworthy.
So, also, the two Manhattan sites, I guess, or the two sites, they were already operating as needle exchange sites. So they were already kind of like a place for, I guess, drug or whatever it is. And maybe more legal drugs because it was needle exchange sites. But,
Yep.
like, they were already something. So here's the only thing on it that I really could find that isn't, that's a real downside is like, listen, what if you live around the corner from a drug injection site? Or what if your house is there? Does the value of your house go down because now you're right next to a drug injection site? Is there more crime because now they're all the drug addicts come right to that block?
Well, is there more
know.
crime or is there less crime? So while it's
Well, that's
still
the thing.
illegal on a federal level, which is crazy to me that they can just open an operation that's illegal at a federal level, they've decriminalized it to some degree as long as you're using it there, which to me is fucking insane because like there's some point where it's super hypocritical, right? So like
Yep.
what are the rules? Like you can show up with a certain amount of heroin. What if you show up with a pound of heroin and you start selling it there? You're going to arrest the guy selling it, but not the guy shooting it?
Correct. Yeah.
What the, like,
Well, listen, I was just saying this before we got on, but in 2019, the Justice Department under Trump administration sued and stopped the location from opening up in Philly, saying that under federal law describes the activity as it's unlawful. It's called the Crack House Statute, and it makes it illegal to operate, own, or rent a location for the purpose of using illegal substances.
yeah.
And that's literally exactly what it is now. So apparently it's not the same at what it was before, and they're kind of undercutting the law in some way, shape, or form. But that's a federal law.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, and not to like make light of it, but it's just, it's like, how are you going to allow people to do that? Like,
Listen,
just
but if I
think
get
it's
caught a block down, am I getting arrested?
Right.
If I'm doing
That
heroin a
too.
block down the street, do I get arrested?
Right. So fucked.
You know?
Like, I hate to say, okay, so they're saving lives. So for me to argue against it,
Correct. That's
you're
the
going
only
to
thing.
sound bad.
Yeah.
But you know what? At the same time, it's such a lazy answer to me, right? Hey, we can't stop people from doing heroin, so we're going to let them do it. But we're going to watch them so they don't die. Okay, kind of sounds good. But now you've taken away one of the biggest reasons people won't do heroin. Why am I not going to go do heroin?
Yeah.
Because I'm going to fucking die. Well, now I don't have to worry about that. I want to go try heroin. I'm going to hit this joint. I'm going to find heroin, no problem, because everyone there knows where to get it.
Yep.
And I'm going to shoot it. And I'm going to, enjoy it without any repercussion or even fearing for my life. So I can't argue and say, oh, that's lazy without saying, well, what's the other option?
Well, listen, in terms of saving lives, it does save lives.
Of course it does.
Like,
and you can't argue that.
if you say,
But it's the lazy way out. It's fucking stupid.
Correct.
You know how you really save people's lives? You reform rehabilitation and detox centers. Make that the better option.
yeah.
Hey, oh, you don't like doing heroin because you think you're going to die? Come here and do it. No, how about we have a great place for you to go where you can kick this addiction? And yeah, I know it says in the thing, they help people
Yeah.
to get clean. Bullshit.
Let me ask you, though.
They probably walk up and they're like,
So-
hey, do you have a problem? And they're like, no. Well, I'm watching you do heroin, so you definitely got a problem. But I doubt anyone's pushing them into getting clean.
No.
Also, like, they should be incentivizing snitching there and, like, whatever. I don't give a fuck if that doesn't sound cool. These motherfuckers are selling heroin to anybody. They don't give a fuck who it is. Your loved ones, your kids. Like, they'll sell it to anyone with fentanyl in it that'll kill them first shot, the first time they even fucking try it. Young kids just making a mistake. And these people are getting away with it. Like, how safe is it to sell drugs when the people who are using it now have a place to go use it?
Yeah.
It's kind of fucking
Well,
backwards.
dude, the biggest thing I wrote down was like, to that point, why are we spending money on helping people
Right. And that's
do drugs
another
legally?
thing.
Why don't we spend money on stopping the drug dealers? Listen, when you go and you do anything, you work your way from the top down. Like that's how companies work. That's how you do everything.
Right.
So really, the top of that food chain is the heroin dealer.
Right.
So you have to go and make. Dude, you ever seen the video? You ever seen the video? It was posted on Facebook a while ago, but it's a video on a traffic light. It's a camera on the traffic light, and it has like it records nonstop 24/7. And the guy was doing it, and he could like click on it and click like a what's the word I'm trying to think of? Like fuck. Anyway, I don't know the word, so I'm just gonna go around that. But you could basically. You could see where all the traffic was going in terms of people walking, like the people traffic. You could see what doors they were going to, what apartments,
yeah.
right? And he could edit it out and take like the people out of it and look at the routes.
Yes, I have seen that. And you're just watching people's footpaths, and they're clearly all
going
going to
in
one
one
fucking
spot.
location where they're buying drugs.
That's a drug spot. Like you
Right.
would see, 3 locations here in a week, 3 spots here in a week, and then the one door would have like 932 people walk to that spot in a week.
And how much does it cost?
That's
to
a
have
fucking
somebody
drug spot.
review
Go
that
rate it.
Versus opening a facility where there's people working, nurses
Yeah.
on hand who could be out. Whatever. Again, it sucks to say that they shouldn't be doing that because they're saving lives at the end of the day. Yes, they are. But maybe it is a good answer. But maybe it should be step one in a process of cleaning up certain areas.
You know what it is, bro? It's just government, and it's just the parties trying to push an envelope to look good on paper. That's all it is.
It's just a fucking
is that
lazy,
we're saving
lazy
lives,
way
but like
to save lives.
there's so many more.
It's a
things.
lazy way to save
It's so
lives.
much deeper than that. It's
How
so
about
much deeper.
reforming a community? How about gathering people to say, hey, we got a real drug epidemic here, instead of letting everybody do it and having no repercussions, like you're going to be safe doing it. How about we all come together and stop it? How about we find the fucking asshole drug dealer who's making money killing people, and we fucking get rid of him?
Making good money too. Fucking
These
motherfuckers
people,
make a
in
shit
my
ton of money.
opinion, maybe I'm a little fucking old school. Drag that motherfucker in the streets and kill him. Because he's killing kids.
Yeah, he's killing a lot of people.
We just lost a good friend. I was at a funeral fucking 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Just fucking, I love this guy. Like every time I see him, like we weren't the tightest of friends, but fucking what a good dude he was. And he had a little problem.
Yeah.
Well, now it took everything from him.
Yeah.
And whoever sold him the fucking drugs, his life should be taken. You should be fucking murdered if you're caught selling fentanyl.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
All the big trucks, all the big Republican trucks, they always got the shoot your local heroin dealer on the back
And you
of them.
should, man.
You always see that shit.
Anyone caught selling fentanyl in any way, whether it's pills
Fucking
or
Mac Miller died
injectable
from that
heroin,
shit.
Yeah, you should be fucking murdered. That is murder. You're killing people.
Yeah.
Or you should be charged with, at the very least, attempted murder if they can't prove you resulted in the death of someone else.
Yeah. Nah,
Fucking scum.
all right. Well, I have, like, listen. It's already proven that it's going to save lives drastically. You're talking about.
It is.
Really, if no one's ever died in a drug injection site, and there's already 100 of them up and running throughout Europe and Canada and Australia, that means technically 2,000 people a year lives are gonna be saved in New York City, right? If they all went there and did it, just theoretically. But
Okay, well, here's my argument against that real
Go
quick.
ahead.
They're going to save what lives? What's your life going to be? Oh, I'm alive. Yay. But
Yeah.
I'm going to continue doing heroin in a stall at a facility where I'm going to continue to
well, I
live.
was gonna say this: does it encourage more drug use? Like, aren't you gonna be more comfortable doing the drug
Yes.
if it's in a better environment?
But
Like, you're
also,
almost
like-
gonna want to do it a little bit more.
My point was, is that saving a life? Or are you prolonging a drug addiction? Which is it?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Saving a life is when you help somebody to turn around and make something of themselves or live meaningfully. Like, why don't we take these people? The cops should be in there with them and being like, okay, this is your third visit. Where the fuck are you getting this heroin?
Yeah.
Snitch, we'll give you $1,000. Instead of that'll close. Eventually, their goal should be to close that facility from lack of people coming anymore.
Listen, bro. You know Rudy Giuliani, right? Remember the old not governor, mayor of New York City?
Yeah.
Bro, when he was the mayor, he had so many cops in plain clothes in the street. He had so many cops walking around the street as just normal people to catch shit like that and do things like that. And that's when New York City was the spot, bro. Crime was down like crazy, and that's when the mob was around, and crime was still lowered like crazy. He was putting people in jail left and right.
I tell you what,
and
you
the
know-
city was amazing. Now, dude, in California, you can't even fucking chase someone because if they stole something from the store and it's under $1,000,
Insane.
you're not allowed to arrest them or chase them.
Insane. I just
So
watched
people
a
would walk
video
into
of that.
CVS, dude. They shut
They're
down like half the
closing
CVSs
Walgreens and fucking
because
CVS's
no one's
left and
allowed to
right.
do anything.
Right. It's fucked up.
So like, what the fuck? But
It's
all right.
lazy answers to big real problems.
So here's the thing, right? Is it, in terms of saving lives, it does work. You are gonna be safer. In any other category, though, does it help stop addiction? I'd argue it hurts. It makes you prolong
absolutely
addiction.
makes it worse.
Does it bring more crime to the neighborhoods they're in? I don't know if there's real statistics on that, but listen.
Well, it's not
if
a
you
crime if you can do it legally.
But that's not the point of the drugs. I'm talking about the drug addicts that are now going to be hanging out there. That there were 3 towns over, 3 blocks
It's going to
over.
bring more crime
But
in.
that's
absolutely
my point.
Yeah,
I said
well,
probably.
Also,
Yeah,
don't
there's-
forget, if I'm a heroin dealer right now, where the fuck am I moving?
Yeah.
About a block away from that place.
Correct.
I'm gonna
That's
get an
where you
apartment
go.
and set up shop.
That's my point.
It's
Now,
fucking crazy.
does it make people live close? Like if you live there and like we live, we're on Route 9 or 9W, whatever the hell it's called. And the door over is now a drug injection spot. Dude, this is automatically, your home value is going to drop 20, at least 10, 5,
I don't wanna be near
something
that
percentage, Not only that, you're also going to feel not safe because now you have drug addicts all over the place. And then lastly, does it make it better that they're inside and not on the street? But like, yes, theoretically, but you also have people traveling, like we just said, from 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 blocks away to now travel to this spot to do drugs.
Right.
So really, are the streets safer? Because now, instead of having 3 crackheads in the corner, you have 25.
Yeah, waiting online.
So I don't know if it really. Yes, in the one category it saves lives, but in every other category, it can't help.
I think it
doesn't help.
a step in the right direction if they use it as a step one of a multi-part solution. Yes.
You said. In conclusion, it seems like these sites are like dating apps.
Sites are like dating apps. Go on.
You start them
Yeah.
with hopes
To close them. Yeah.
Yeah.
The end result should
If you
be no one
that,
is
because I don't
coming
know
here.
if people can hear that.
He
Repeat what
said-
he just said.
It's just like what I said. The end result should be that place should close due to a lack of activity, lack of people coming there anymore.
Yeah.
I don't believe they're really offering people better solutions.
Dude, they should make you like, I don't know, this is just a food for thought, but when you come and do your drugs, you should have to sit through a 10-minute presentation about why drugs are bad or something. Just something like
They're gonna
to
fucking,
get people.
This is how they're gonna watch it.
Well, they're not on the drugs yet. They're waiting to do them.
They fucking will. They'll do them before they come. That's
To go
gonna
watch
be
the video.
option,
I gotta
yeah.
go watch this video.
Yeah, I'll just shoot a little and show up.
There you go. I mean,
I
listen,
just think
dude.
they should
there-
incentivize. Like, let's get rid of the drug dealers.
There's a
That's
lot of-
the answer. I think.
Yeah. There's a lot of good people that end up being on drugs that shouldn't be, but there's no good heroin dealers. Like all heroin dealers are bad
scum
fucking people.
fucks, yeah.
Scums of the earth. So
No,
again,
he
I
deals
think
heroin, but he's a good guy. yeah.
dude, it's fucked up.
start heroin at an injection site, right?
What do you mean by
Well,
that?
okay. There's another argument.
You said like, I'm gonna try it out here.
Yeah.
Listen,
I think
so
it
I don't, if
could,
people can't hear
absolutely.
that, he
What he-
says,
yeah.
are people going to start drugs because they can do it here? Like, hey, it's
Okay.
it's open here. Why don't I go and give it a
You're a
shot?
16-year-old. You don't know who you are in this world yet. You smoke weed. You think it's cool. You smoke weed with
gateway
your friends.
drug.
You're drinking. You think it's cool. Now you're like, oh shit, heroin's cool. Drugs are cool. I want to try heroin. Most kids would be like, heroin's scary. I'm not going to do that. Well, now they can be like, it's kind of scary, but if I go do it at this place, I got a nurse watching me, so I'm good. I'm going to fucking try it because I'm 16 years old and I don't fucking know better and nobody's going to stop me. Are they going to stop you? No. They even said, and there are reports that people, the dude who I was listening to said it happens very rarely that people will do their first dose there.
Yeah.
But it happens.
What about when you
And that's a fucking problem.
16 and you were
Dude, seriously.
experimenting with drugs? Were you gonna do drugs at a doctor's office?
Fuck no.
You don't even tell the doctor you do
I
drugs.
mean,
do you
if I
smoke?
could-
Nope. Do you have sex? Nope. when you go into the doctor's office.
So you're not gonna go do heroin at a doctor's office for the first time.
People have done it. Also, you get like confused young kids that want to try drugs. Where are you going to go? To where you know it's safe? Yeah.
Listen, I'll tell you right now. Here's my guess: is that there's going to be all over the place in the next 5 or 10 years. They'll be in
Probably.
Philly. They'll be in Boston.
Yeah, because it's
they'll be
a
in
lazy
Seattle.
fucking answer.
They'll be in LA.
Instead
San
of
Francisco.
actually getting people together to take action, we're throwing money at a
Dude, you know
problem.
what would happen if you put that in LA right now? How many homeless people there are? Do you know how many fucking people would be in that spot?
It'd be fucking packed.
There would be lines down the road, bro.
It'd be like one of those. Yeah, exactly. It'd be like a Black Friday line.
Did they have drug experience VR?
Pulling it back from last
Help
week.
you get off.
Drug
fake
experience VR. You
Little
just put the
fake-
headset on, and no matter where you look, it looks like you're just going like this.
You're just falling over.
Yeah.
No matter where you look, you're on the curb
Yeah.
in New York City, fucking slumped over,
Yeah.
asking for change. No
It's
matter
fucked,
where.
man. I'm not happy with the solution overall. I don't think it's a good one. I think it's lazy. I've said it a couple times. I'll say it again. I think the real solution is kill your local drug dealer.
Dude,
Fuck them.
Listen, I always said I did a report in my it was freshman year or 8th grade year, something, when we had to do the long research paper. My report was how torture should be legal, and it should be legal for child rapists, fucking all those bad people, heroin dealers, the whole nine
Pedophiles should
yards.
be murdered too.
Pedophiles, everything. I know Texas has the one of the states has the death penalty, but dude, certain people, you should fucking torture them. Like they should live another 10 years in the bottom of a fucking cell.
Nah, that's too expensive. Just kill them. Fuck them.
Then it's easy though. Like a lot of those, bro. You see those stories. Them motherfuckers like that shit. Like
To
they're-
die? They like to die.
bro. Have you ever seen them?
No. Well, because it's an
There's
easy way out for
there's-
them.
listen,
Yeah, but
for
you know
me
what?
and
You're
you-
killing their
For
genetic
me
line.
and you, we're okay. Like, or for me and you, we'd be terrified. But for those people, bro, they're like, death is fucking fun.
because
like,
it's an easy way out for them.
That's my point.
Yeah, but good.
Some
Let
people
'em
should
go.
be fucking tortured. Some
Let 'em
people
go.
we should have little rooms in New York City or in cities where
Alright,
like
this is
they
getting-
put one guy, they put the child rapist in there,
getting
and
dark
for a day,
again.
everyone's allowed to go beat the fuck out of him,
I think.
and then you kill him the
Well,
next day.
send them to prison. See, even
Yeah, well,
prisoners
yes.
have a moral code. If you go to
Prisoner-
prison as a fucking pedophile,
Yeah.
you're getting fucked.
Yeah,
bro.
you're getting beat the fuck out of. That is true. That is very true. That you will get beat the shit out of, because there's levels to the game, and if
Yeah.
you're a child rapist or you kill animals, shit like that, it's pretty bad. But I got nothing else on this. I mean, listen.
Yeah, that's
I
pretty
think
much it. I want to hear
think
other
there's no
people's
stopping it.
opinions because I could go on and talk about it for a long time and maybe what could be done instead. But I'd like to hear what other people think.
But there's no stopping it. They're going to be all over the place, especially if this one on paper can prove that there's less people dying in drug overdose. Like I know this year in New York City was 2,000 people was the highest it's ever been.
Yeah,
But if they can
a
show
lot of people.
if they could show next year only 200 died, if they cut that by 50, 60, 70, 80%, that's it. Every
Right, it's
major
a good
city
answer,
will have
but
a
there
couple
needs
of them.
to be another step to this. It can't just be okay. Let's make the drug use okay. Because in my opinion, you're not saving lives. You're prolonging a drug addiction, and those people are not going to be valued citizens. And that sounds a little selfish, but like as a community,
Dude, yeah.
if it's so broad, but if you make it a little smaller, you have a small circle of people. You don't want the people close to you being a drug.
Well, let me ask you a question. Like, listen, people always say, you could do it, just not in my backyard. Like everyone theoretically would be like, yeah, it saves lives. That's good on paper. But you don't want it next to your house, do
That's
you?
broad
You want it on
thinking.
the other side of the neighborhood.
Right.
You know?
Tony, the truth is, if your friend who lost his life was at that injection site,
He would be alive. Yes. I know. That's why I have a hard time saying it's a bad
Yeah.
thing. You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
But would he
That's
be
the
getting
point.
clean? Would he ever get clean?
he didn't.
What if he just continued to live that life and just be this guy? Is that a life worth living?
Yeah.
What he needed was reform, a proper place to go get clean. He needed his peers, he needed people going through what he was going through, or people who have gone what he was going through, telling him how to get out of it.
Yeah.
That's what
They
we
need
fucking
speakers in that place to go
Yeah.
there.
To go there, you should have to participate in meetings or something.
Yeah.
You
Community
wanna come and
service,
do
something.
safe drug use, fine. Every fucking Wednesday night, you sit here with us and we talk about our drug use
Yeah.
and how we can make it
Not
better.
even, dude. Fucking, they don't have any. They don't do a lot of stuff. Every night they should have a thing that people have to go to, like an event,
Yeah.
a speaker.
If you
want to
come participate in safe drug use, fine, but we're going to clean you up.
Yeah.
You have to do something else. You got to be making an effort to clean yourself up and get better. And that is a much better solution. And kill your fucking local heroin dealer. Fuck them guys. I hope I meet one. Bow, bow, bow. Anything else?
No, that's pretty much everything. I mean, listen, this is a touchy subject. You're talking about fucking heroin and people
And real
dying and
people's lives,
all
people I
kinds of
know.
stuff. You know,
Yeah.
listen, and like I said, I don't know the number, but I would guess at least 50%, maybe even more, of people who are addicted to heroin and do heroin are actually good people that just got caught on the drug.
Yeah,
because it's the
absolutely,
most addictive thing in the
bro.
world.
Absolutely.
So, like, most of those people do contribute to society because they might still have jobs. They might still try to function on a normal day, but they just have that demon, obviously. That's a big demon. But,
yeah.
you know, for the most part, a lot of those people are good people and they need help and they should be helped. And I think this is maybe 10 or 20%. This drug injection site is 10 or 20% of helping it. But this is just a Band-Aid over it, you know? This isn't a solution. This is just putting a Band-Aid on it.
Yeah,
So,
throwing money at it.
Yeah.
It's a lazy, lazy solution. And I hope for anyone who's listening that knows anybody battling drug addiction, there are really good places you can go,
Yeah.
like NA or even AA. They accept anybody.
Yep.
And I think that's a much better solution, is having a peer group that can help you
listen,
to
and
beat an addiction.
weren't you addicted to drugs before?
Never.
No?
No. But I know how bad it can be. When I got into my accident, I was given painkillers, and holy fuck, I very quickly went from, oh, my leg hurts too, I'm kind of bored. Let's take some more. But I've seen so much of it that when it was time to kick it, I fucking forced myself to, because I feel very strongly about this. I fucking hate addiction. And also, when I was taking the fucking painkillers that they were giving me, the hospital wasn't giving me enough at one point, and I was actually in pain. And I went and bought fucking street painkillers.
Dude, my mom tells me the story about that. When
And
she
I
broke her
tested
jaw,
them.
she did that.
And they had fentanyl in them. And that's when I stopped.
Wow. That's some shit right there. We should have started out with that fucking point. Why'd you wait till the end to talk about that?
I don't know.
God damn.
Because
that's a
I
point
wanted
right
it
there.
to be about what's going on, not about me.
Yeah.
But it's true. That's how close it is to all of us. It's fucking
Dude,
fucked
there's
up.
got to be a high percentage of, like, if you go and get a kind of drug, meth, heroin, things like that, pills, it's got to be 10, 15, 20%. At least 5% have fentanyl in it.
More than
and listen,
that.
if you're doing drugs,
Way more than
if
that.
you're doing drugs, fuck. That means 1 in every 10 pills has it. People do 3, 4, 5 pills a day. You're guaranteed to, you know, get it at some point.
Hell yeah.
Whether it kills you or it doesn't, but it's pretty fucking strong. And it's going to do some damage, you know?
Absolutely.
That's all on drug injection. I mean, I don't know if it's a good idea. Like I said, I think it's a Band-Aid, but it's probably here to stay. I don't think it's going anywhere unless some serious stuff brings
it's
it
not
down and people really don't like it. But also 4 of the 5 of the boroughs in New York City voted that they supported it. Only one person did it.
Because they're saving lives.
So, all right, y'all. Well, if you think it's a good idea, comment, let us know. If you don't think it's a good idea, I would say hit the dislike button, but you can't anymore. YouTube deleted the dislike button. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
YouTube deleted the dislike button. It doesn't count? Okay. No, okay. So you can't see the number, which is some crazy shit. That's a topic right there, because
Why we have 0 dislikes.
you can't get a dislike if you can't dislike it, you know?
That's right, motherfucker.
That's the point. But all right, y'all. Well,
Thanks
see
for
y'all
tuning in.
next
We'll see
episode.
y'all
Like, subscribe. I guess we got to
next
start saying
time.
shit like that. 'Cause we
Yeah,
didn't say it
yeah.
at all.
Also,
We didn't even
comment.
say
I
it.
want to hear I really want to hear other people's
Yeah,
opinions.
this is a crazy subject, you know? This is a really, like, metaverse is, you know, we talked
It's
about that
cool,
last
yeah.
week, and that's just something. But this is a serious, serious topic that I'm sure is going to be very, very divided. And, like, even we said last time, as soon as you hear there's a supervised drug injection site, you're like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Oh yeah.
And then you go and research it, you do a little bit more on it. It's actually kind of makes sense, you know?
It does, yeah.
So, anyway, that's our point. Adios. Peace!
Tell me what we're about to do. About to go for a ride in Tesla. It's the last day before she goes off. Here, let's see if you can hear the outside.
Yo! It doesn't want to go. Oh, Zach, money.